9 things high-value men never do. Low-value always do. Modern Stoic. It's often said that you can tell a lot about a man by the things he does and doesn't do. This is especially true when we compare high-value men to those who fall into the category of low value. Research shows that there are 9 distinct actions, or rather, the lack of them, that set high-value men apart from the rest. These subtle differences can significantly impact your relationships and overall success in life. The question is, do you know what these differences are? More importantly, are you ready to take action and embody them? If you're serious about becoming the kind of man who not only attracts the right women, but also commands respect and success in life, pay close attention to this video. For those new to this space, our channel is dedicated to helping you become the best version of yourself, a man who lives with purpose, strength, and wisdom, much like a modern Stoic. Remember, high-value men don't simply chase success, they cultivate it. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new lesson that will elevate your life. Number 1. They're not controlling or manipulative. High-value men never resort to manipulation or control. They stand firm in their authenticity, understanding that to wear a false persona or engage in deceptive tactics not only diminishes their integrity, but also attracts the wrong people. This is the mark of a weak character, a man who lacks confidence and clarity in who he truly is. Stoic philosophy, as exemplified by Marcus Aurelius, emphasizes that the only control one should seek is over oneself. You have power over your mind, not outside events, he declared, urging men to seek strength from within, not by manipulating others. High-value men understand that genuine relationships are built on trust, respect, and openness, not on deceit or attempts to influence others for personal gain. They realize that pretending to be someone they are not, or trying to control people, only leads to unhealthy relationships rooted in lies. These are the kinds of men who believe in their worth, who don't need to bend others to their will. In contrast, low-value men often fall into the trap of manipulation because they fear their true selves won't be enough. They may feel powerless and believe that only through control can they secure their place in the world, especially in relationships. But this never works in the long run. It creates a cycle of distrust, bitterness, and dissatisfaction. It is not a powerful man who manipulates others. It is a man who is insecure, unsure of his own worth. High-value men, however, know that their power lies in their self-respect, their authenticity, and their ability to remain steadfast regardless of external pressures. By refusing to manipulate or control, they set themselves apart and attract only those who are aligned with their genuine self. To truly embody this principle, you must learn to resist the temptation of manipulation in all its forms. Remember, true influence and strength come not from controlling others, but from mastering yourself. It is time to stop playing games, to shed the false masks, and to step into the power of who you truly are. Stop pretending. Be authentic. Own your value. Let this be your mantra as you embark on your journey to becoming the high-value man you are meant to be. Number 2. They never let fear control them. Fear, an emotion we all encounter, is an inevitable part of life. However, what sets high-value men apart is their ability to acknowledge fear without allowing it to dictate their actions. They understand that fear is simply a natural reaction, not a force that should halt their progress. Instead of shying away from challenges, high-value men embrace fear as a signal of growth and opportunity, learning from it rather than being ruled by it. They know that fear is temporary, and that true growth comes from stepping outside their comfort zones. In contrast, low-value men are often controlled by fear. They allow it to decide what they do and don't do, missing out on life-changing opportunities in the process. Fear paralyzes them, keeping them stuck in familiar situations where they feel safe, even if those situations aren't fulfilling or conducive to their personal growth. They allow fear to make their decisions for them, which leads to a life of missed potential and stagnation. When we apply Stoic wisdom to our daily lives, we can see that fear, like all emotions, is something that can be managed, not feared. A modern Stoic does not ignore their fear, but faces it with clarity and strength. They accept that fear is part of the human experience, but they refuse to let it stop them from pursuing what they truly desire. In fact, Stoics believe that fear should be used as a tool to understand what truly matters and what needs to be addressed. High-value men embrace this Stoic life, recognizing that the greatest rewards often come from overcoming the obstacles that scare us the most. They are decisive, grounded, and unwavering in the face of fear, seeing each challenge as a chance to grow stronger. So, if you want to live a life that is not controlled by fear, adopt the mindset of the Stoics. Face your fears head-on. Understand that they are temporary and keep pushing forward. Fear should never hold the reins to your life. Instead, let it be the fuel that drives you toward your fullest potential. In this way, fear becomes not an obstacle, but a stepping stone toward a life of purpose, strength, and fulfillment. Come on, my wise men, comment, "Fear is my friend, and I will overcome fear." Number 3. They never settle for less than they deserve. Sometimes, in order to get what we want, we have to settle for less than we deserve. It's easy to fall into the trap of accepting less, whether it's in relationships, careers, or life in general. But a high-value man will never compromise his core values or settle for a life that doesn't match his potential. He would rather be alone than accept a situation or relationship that doesn't align with his standards. This doesn't mean he's incapable of compromise. He understands that healthy relationships require give and take. However, the difference lies in what he's willing to compromise on. A high-value man will compromise on things that are not essential to his happiness or well-being, such as preferences or minor inconveniences. He knows that true fulfillment lies in staying true to himself and ensuring that his values and needs are met. On the other hand, low-value men often fall into the trap of settling. They accept subpar jobs that drain their energy and unfulfilling relationships that don't bring them joy or growth. They live their lives in a passive way, accepting whatever comes their way without questioning if it truly serves them. Stoicism teaches us to embrace discipline and wisdom in our decisions, and this lesson directly applies to how high-value men approach life. The blessing of Stoicism lies in its ability to help us recognize our worth and act accordingly, never compromising on what truly matters. A man who follows Stoic lessons doesn't simply accept things as they are. He shapes his reality with intention, knowing that he deserves the best and is willing to wait for it. The high-value man, therefore, creates a life of purpose, fulfillment, and growth, refusing to settle for anything less than the excellence he deserves. By embracing this Stoic mindset, he ensures that every decision reflects his worth, elevating both his personal and professional life. So, if you're striving to build a life that reflects your true value, remember that you must never settle for less than you deserve. Take inspiration from the wisdom of Stoicism and recognize that the path to greatness requires patience, discipline, and a commitment to only accepting what truly enriches your life. Number 4. They are not needy or codependent. When you are needy, you're always looking for others to validate you and make you feel good about yourself. In modern life, the constant search for validation can lead to emotional fragility and dependency. When you rely on others to make you feel good about yourself, you're perpetually seeking reassurance, always craving the words and actions that confirm your worth. This behavior creates a cycle of insecurity that can easily make you appear weak, and no matter how hard you try to mask it, this is unattractive, especially to women. Women are drawn to men who exhibit strength, self-reliance, and confidence. They seek a partner who can stand strong on his own, one who doesn't need constant external support to feel valuable. This ties deeply into Stoic principles, which teach us to cultivate inner strength, to find self-worth within, and not depend on external validation. The blessing of Stoicism offers us the lesson that a man who is self-sufficient in his emotional state radiates confidence, respect, and power that draws others toward him, rather than pushing them away with neediness. A Stoic man understands the importance of being content within himself. He doesn't look for someone else to make him feel whole. He knows that true strength lies in mastering his emotions and accepting himself fully. Instead of seeking validation, he is focused on growth and maintaining a sense of balance, unshaken by others' opinions. In relationships, this not only makes him more attractive, but also fosters mutual respect. The practice of Stoicism encourages a man to detach his sense of worth from the approval of others and to develop resilience. It's in this emotional mastery that he becomes truly free. Free from dependence, free to be his true self, and free to offer love and companionship without conditions. So if you're aiming to become a high-value man in your own life, focus on cultivating that internal strength, embracing Stoic lessons, and learning that the greatest form of attraction is your ability to be confident, self-sufficient, and emotionally independent. Number 5. They never beg for attention. High-value men understand the value of true confidence and self-assurance, and as such, they never beg for attention. Whether in relationships or social settings, they don't seek validation through external sources. A modern Stoic man knows that his worth isn't defined by the opinions of others. Instead of constantly trying to be the center of attention or chasing fleeting approval, he is comfortable in his own skin, letting his actions and integrity speak louder than any words. This is a core tenet of modern Stoicism, acknowledging that your value is intrinsic and not dependent on the need for others' recognition. The Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't guides high-value men in their interactions with the world. They don't feel the need to prove their worth because they know their actions will naturally garner respect. In contrast, low-value men constantly seek attention and validation. They may feel the pressure to be the life of the party, putting on a facade, or performing for others just to be noticed. This desperate need for attention often comes from a place of insecurity and a lack of understanding of self-worth. A high-value men focus on cultivating their inner peace and strength, not wasting energy on external validation. The modern Stoic knows that attention is temporary, but integrity, wisdom, and confidence are lasting. In real life, this translates to being a person who others respect and trust, not because you're always in the spotlight, but because you embody calm, self-assurance, and genuine value. If you're looking to become a high-value man, start by embracing the Stoic principle of self-reliance and never seeking external validation. Do you agree with this view? Do you agree with this view? If yes, comment 1, if no, comment 2, and I would love to hear your views. Number 6. They don't seek people's approval. High-value men don't seek people's approval. In fact, they actively reject it. Let that sink in for a moment. In today's world, most people spend their lives in search of validation from others. When making decisions, they ask themselves, will others approve? Will they like me? This constant need for approval from the outside world is what keeps so many men trapped in a cycle of doubt and dissatisfaction. But high-value men, they don't operate from this mindset. They understand that true power lies in making decisions based on their own values, their own desires, their own purpose, not in the opinions of others. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic, said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." A high-value man thinks for himself, and that is his strength. He doesn't concern himself with external validation because he has already validated himself. He knows that no one else can dictate his path. He chooses his actions based on what aligns with his goals, his ambitions, and his core values. This kind of independence, this refusal to bow to the whims of others, is what gives him his sense of inner peace and control. He is a Stoic in every sense of the word. He faces life with confidence, regardless of what others may think or say. In the modern world, this is a rare and highly sought-after trait. Men who seek approval are constantly at the mercy of others' judgments. High-value men, on the other hand, control their own destiny. They make decisions that reflect their vision for their own lives, not the expectations or approval of others. By doing so, they create a life of purpose and satisfaction. Now think about your own life. Are you living for yourself, or are you living for others' opinions? Are you in control, or are you allowing others to steer your course? Understand this. When you stop seeking approval, you stop living under someone else's shadow and start living in your own light. The Stoic life teaches us that to be truly free, we must focus on what is within our control and let go of the rest. And the truth is, seeking approval is out of our control. The world will judge you, no matter what. But when you focus on your own path, your own decisions, that's where true fulfillment lies. So I challenge you today to stop worrying about what others think. Step into your own power, make decisions that serve you, and watch how your life transforms. You have the strength to do this. Comment below with the words, "I seek my own path," if you are ready to take control of your life. Don't wait for someone else's approval. Your life belongs to you. Number 7. They never put their happiness in someone else's hands. High-value men never put their happiness in someone else's hands. Too many men today make the costly mistake of believing their happiness is tied to their relationship status. They wait for the perfect partner, the perfect circumstances, to feel fulfilled. But in doing so, they surrender their power. This is a fundamental error, one that high-value men never make. A man who understands the Stoic life, like the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, knows that happiness comes from within. A high-value man does not depend on external validation or relationships to define his worth or happiness. He recognizes that his happiness is a choice, not a gift from someone else. The Stoics were clear. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By making their happiness their responsibility, high-value men take full ownership of their lives. They don't put their emotional well-being in the hands of others. They don't seek approval, nor do they need the validation of a partner to feel complete. This creates a level of emotional freedom and resilience that few others possess. And while others may struggle with dissatisfaction, constantly seeking external sources of happiness, high-value men continue to thrive, independent and unwavering. In today's world, where distractions are endless, it's easy to fall into the trap of looking for happiness outside yourself. But the high-value man knows better. He cultivates a deep sense of purpose, grounded in his own values, and finds peace in being in control of his own happiness. This doesn't mean rejecting love or relationships. It means understanding that the foundation of happiness lies within. When you take responsibility for your own joy, you stop giving others the power to shape how you feel. You stop chasing fleeting moments of happiness and start creating your own lasting fulfillment. So remember, no one else can give you happiness. That power is yours. Take it, own it, live it. Don't wait for someone else to complete you. You are enough. You are the master of your own joy. This is the mark of a true high-value man. Let that sink in. And if you believe in this principle, comment below with, "I am responsible for my own happiness." And let's keep this conversation going. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this wisdom with others who need to hear it. Number 8. They don't try to change or fix people. When it comes to relationships, high-value men never try to change or fix people. High-value men never try to change or fix others, particularly when it comes to relationships. They recognize that everyone has their own set of strengths, weaknesses, and imperfections. Rather than imposing their own vision of perfection on others, they embrace people for who they truly are, appreciating the unique qualities that make them who they are. This mindset stems from a deep understanding that people are not projects to be fixed, but individuals to be accepted and understood. On the other hand, low-value men often fall into the trap of trying to change or fix others. They believe that by altering their partners, they can mold them into the perfect companion. However, this is a futile pursuit because people do not exist to meet the expectations of others. Trying to change someone inevitably leads to resentment, frustration, and conflict, creating a toxic atmosphere in the relationship. This is because when you attempt to control someone's thoughts, feelings, or actions, you disrupt the natural flow of connection and trust. Relationships built on the premise of change often become battlegrounds, where each partner feels pressured to alter their true self to fit an ideal that may not even align with their own values. A modern Stoic man, therefore, not only accepts the imperfection of others, but also takes responsibility for his own actions, knowing that he cannot change another person, but he can control his reactions. It's not about being passive, but about understanding the limits of one's influence. High-value men know that they have the power to change their own perceptions and reactions, and in doing so, they create an environment of peace and acceptance within themselves and with others. In real life, this means that when you're in a relationship, be it romantic, professional, or otherwise, focus on fostering respect and understanding. Instead of trying to fix someone's flaws, focus on how you can grow and support each other. Approach relationships from a place of mutual respect, recognizing that change comes from within, and that it's the willingness to embrace imperfection that builds strong, meaningful connections. Number 9. They're not good guys. Don't get this wrong. Being a good guy is not a bad thing. Being kind and helpful to others is important. But if you want to become a high-value man, it's essential to recognize that you can't be the good guy all the time. What does this really mean? In essence, being a good guy is often about constantly trying to please others, to the point where you may neglect your own needs and desires. It's about putting others before yourself, even if it means being taken advantage of. High-value men, on the other hand, break free from this mentality. They don't live to make others happy at their own expense. Instead, they live by their own principles and choose to set their own boundaries. They understand the importance of self-respect and balance in relationships. A high-value man does not apologize for prioritizing his own needs, nor does he feel obligated to please everyone around him. He is driven by his own values, which are grounded in modern Stoicism and Stoic principles, focusing on what he can control and letting go of the rest. He understands that true self-worth comes from within, not from others' approval. The good man is the friend of all, but the high-value man is the friend to himself first, as the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said. High-value men don't seek validation from others. They operate based on their own set of rules and live authentically. They know that in order to maintain integrity, they must remain true to themselves, and they don't bend to societal pressures or the opinions of others. Instead of trying to be everything to everyone, they focus on being the best version of themselves, living according to their own standards, which is a hallmark of modern Stoicism. If this resonates with you, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments section. How do you define being a high-value man? And how do you balance kindness with self-respect?